Hey, I'm Andy McKee, and I'm a modern fingerstyle guitar player. A big part of this style is the use of altered tunings, you know. So I grew up with my parents playing like Joni Mitchell and, you know, Crosby, Stills and Nash, and they were always using altered tunings, and I never realized until I got into the style that how they got that sound, you know. I liked that from the way it sounded, but I also really liked it because you had to sort of explore and discover what can I do with this tuning, you know. And then the capos, you know, they tie right into that, because when you capo things down, suddenly you've got new open strings to use as well, ringing out. It's never failed me. These things have been great. I've been using them for probably 15 years, I think now. I just noticed that the intonation's always great with it. It's never a struggle to put it on in any way, you know. You don't have to grasp anything and put strain on your hand, you know. It's just slide it on and boom, it's right there. So, been very happy with these capos, you know, all these years. This is actually a banjo capo from Shubb, and I have a piece that I composed with this on that is probably one of my most popular ones. It's a tune called Rylan. And I had come up with this really beautiful tuning I liked. It goes from low to high, E, C, D, G, A, D. And I've written a couple of tunes in that. But then I thought, well, what would happen if I used, you know, like a partial capo sort of idea? And I took a banjo capo from Shubb and put it on the 5th fret, and I ended up with this sound. And so it's like an A minor 11th now with that on. And I get inspired when I hear these new tunings, you know. So I started to play and came up with some ideas, you know, and started to hear a melody and all that. So I mean, I think I could honestly say this tune wouldn't exist if I didn't didn't have that banjo capo, because it inspired me, you know, to try something different. At the end of the tune, I wanted a sort of a different section, and I was practicing kind of Latin rhythms, and I came up with this pattern of harmonics, doing, you know, plucking with the thumb and fretting the index. So it's like doom da da doom da da doom da da doom da da, like that. And that's just the pattern on the right hand, and it moves over. Like that. So I'm getting like 7th fret harmonics on the 12th fret because of this little capo here. And then I had this melodic idea. And then behind, you know, behind the capo down here at this point. Kind of like that. So there was no other way to really do that that I could come up with. So the banjo capo really made that possible. I've really only used that on a couple tunes, Rylan, and then another one's called Shanghai, actually, that I wrote when I was in Shanghai many years ago. This one was just kind of inspired too by putting it on there. I'd had this cool tuning from low to high. It's E, B, D, G, B, D. And then I put the capo on 2nd fret, so I ended up with this nice half-step interval on the high end, you know. A lot of times that sounds pretty awful, like when you've got nothing else in the context, but when you've got it in the context of a chord, you know, you get a real beautiful minor 9. And so this is Shanghai. And so on. But anyway, you kind of get the idea. These compositions just wouldn't exist without the capo. And I mean, my sort of approach to writing music is is based in exploration, you know, and seeing what I can come up with in different tunings, and adding these partial capos just kind of expands that.